circuit, but ultimately they fight so hard to get the core status initially and just haven't yet shown that they have the consistency across the board to stay in the circuit.
Rasta Razavengi clocked up his 200th game as a referee here yesterday. Will take charge of this one as big Denis Simplakevich waits to chase this restart. Shield semi-final number 2, Russia against Portugal, and Adalberto Esteves brings it down for them, and this is a good break here from Fernandez. Fernandez is away early on. He's got a man inside. It's Guedes. Will he need him? Guedes is there in support, but he's overrun it, and it's good defense there from the Russians. But an advantage coming here for Portugal. And Guedes up off the floor with the run around, and he'll score next to the post for Portugal.
Guedes, the entertainer, we mentioned him at the start. He's a very special sevens player, just plays with this immense confidence when he's on the pitch, and very fit as well. And if you're fit, you can keep up with play. For me, this probably typifies why Portugal have perhaps struggled, because this is a simple 2-on-1. Use the man inside rather than just showing a little bit of inexperience, dying with the ball, which potentially could have been turned over. But still, Guedes there in support, as 3 of his other teammates were, and lovely little lift ball from Bello. The 2 playmakers working well in the middle.
Nuno Guedes made his debut in Dubai back in 2013 and does add some creative spark to this Portuguese side. So Portugal lifted high towards this near side, and it's taken down there by Gostyazev. A wild pass back in his own 22, and Mikhail Babayev's got to run back and clean up that one. Good solid run here from Roshin.
No.
Babayev. Filatov. Galinovsky, and here's big Denis Simplakevich. Denis down the left-hand wing, as we so often see him, and he carries that.
Turnover's good.
Up to near the halfway line, but it looks like a good turnover here from Portugal, but no, there's a decision. The breakdown for leaving your feet, it looks like. So Russia will retain possession.
If Russia have any chance to get in this game, they've got to use the big ball that is Denis Simplakevich on that far side.
But they come the near side this time. And here's Mikhail Babayev with another good carry.
Playing advantage.
Gostyazev goes the short side, and he's wrapped up just outside the Portugal 22.
Advantage over.
More ball in hand here for Russia. Galinovsky, nice feet from him. Overlap on the right here. Roshin decides to cut inside. Roshin gets through a couple, and he's brought down just a few meters out. Can they recycle the ball quickly here, Russia? They can't because of an infringement at the breakdown. So penalty chance here. Quick tap, and he's taken it a bit too quickly as Mikhail Babayev, and knocked it on with the try line beggar.
Babayev probably hoping that a big hole opens up at Twickenham after one of such a simple error. Just quick tap, fair play, but look at that, just hits the outside of his 50-pence foot and bounced that right. Can't really say it's fatigue at this point of the game, but you understand that this is a long tournament for these Russians. They're not as conditioned as other nations, and clearly that's one of the reasons why their execution does go. But in this situation, very much just a lack of concentration, not quite on point for that quick tap.
Steady, White, steady. Guys, we've still got to be steady.
They'll reset the scrum. So Rob, now that we know that Portugal have been relegated, what do they do from here in terms of their sevens program and trying to get back into the big show? They'll obviously go to Hong Kong next year and try and re-qualify.
It's a tough old trek, to be fair, but one thing they have got is infrastructure. They play sevens in their schools, which for me puts them ahead of England in terms of infrastructure at times. So they'll build on that, and they'll bring players through. The likes of Esteves clearly not been around much longer. They've got to find some new talent to go along with Guedes, who for me typifies how good they could be.
Well, they need some talent to get out of their own red zone here, and that's a really good carry there from Thiago Fernandez.
Counteract's good.
But another turnover at the breakdown, and a chance here for Galinovsky. Galinovsky with the pace, but a wonderful tackle. I think that was Guedes again, and the ball's gone over the sideline, but a chance for Galinovsky, but some good last-ditch defence from Portugal. Quick tap from Filatov. Lazarenko through a couple, reaches out,
Happy?
and Lazarenko scores a try for Russia.
Lazarenko, plain face as most Russians tend to be, but very, very tough player. He's been around a little while, plied his trade on the Fira circuit, the secondary circuit. What you see here is him just taking people on. He looks up, what's he seeing? A lot of static bodies in front of him, takes them on, and look at this, ball in two hands. It's almost a secondary wave as he manages to ride the tackle in the middle there from Appleton, who just couldn't quite get underneath him. But have a look at the grip change here. Right hand into both hands. What a finish to put that ball down. That is some skill in motion.
Good finish from Lazarenko. Came into this tournament having scored 15 tries on the Sevens World Series and added another few this weekend. Russia restart play. Portugal bring it down through Fernandez, and another good run from Fernandez, and he offloads, but that one has gone to ground again, this time off Yaulino, and Russia will again restart play through the scrum.
Turning a little bit static in play here. You're hearing Rastavenga's whistle more so than most. Not necessarily a flaw of his, but the fact that the execution has not been on point. These are the reasons why these teams don't perhaps do as well in these types of environments, because a skill set takes a long time to acquire, a lot of practice, a lot of professionalism, and sometimes it comes down to the slightest thing, the missed grip, a big collision forcing the ball out.
Russia win the scrum, but that's another knock on, and the errors are mounting up here for both sides. A bit of afters. Filatov on that occasion unable to clutch onto it, and referee Rastavenga has called time off. He wants a bit of a chat with both teams as it gets a bit spicy out there, Rob Vickerman, in this Shield semi.
And so it should. You know, these are two teams that have been battling throughout the whole year. Core status is essentially a golden ticket of Willy Wonka proportions. You going around the world to see all the legs, to go to all the places, and that's what it means to them, and it should be a bit of bite.
Steady.
Bello feeds the scrum. They're under pressure here, Portugal, but they managed to get it away from the contact zone, and this is Thomas Appleton on the left. Appleton, nice feet from him, couple of steps off the left foot. There's the hooter for half-time. Can Portugal finish on a high? That's thrown over the shoulder from Lino, and it's hacked ahead by Estevez, and then in turn Vladislav Lazarenko, one of the first half try scorers, boots it over his own end line. And they'll all take a breather here in the second Shield semi-final. Portugal lead Russia by 7 points to 5.
Bola à ponta, bola um lado, bola ao outro, e não estamos a fazer. Bom, estamos com confiança a atacar os gajos, mas atacamos a mexer a bola. Atacamos a mexer a bola, ok? Deixam mais a bola, vamos descansar os gajos. Os gajos estão a dar o pontapé de saída. Estamos a sacar os pontapés de saída. Temos a bola na mão, um desenho de merda. Os passos que estamos à rasca, vamos para o chão, limpamos, calma. No rugby, deixem o gajo trabalhar sozinho. Ponto final, parágrafo. Proibido de ir o segundo gajo. 2 vezes aconteceu. O gajo tem direito, está com as mãos na bola, sacamos a bola e está lá o outro. E a bola é deles. Okay? Não vamos chutar os gajos.
Дисциплина в защите. Смотрите, они передергивают, специально затаскивают, один перебегает.
Inside the Russian huddle in this Shield semi-final, they trail Portugal by 7 points to 5. Alexander Yanushkin there, the player coach, on his knees, barking instructions to his team. Hasn't played at this event, Yanushkin, busy Rob, but still gets himself out on the field every now and then to lend a hand to this team, but I guess most of his time now is spent on the sideline.
Yeah, very much a different thing for them to talk about sevens as to play in it, as I can vouch for, but it's one of these things where you see how much it means to someone like him who has been in the position of really fighting for that position to be on the core series, and it must be frustrating to see a Russian team languishing when ultimately there's an Olympic medal involved in this, and when Olympics talk with Russia in context, it changes perception.
Portugal get the second half underway here. They lead Russia by 7 points to 5, and Simplikavic can't quite get off the ground for that one under pressure
No, touch blue last. Touch blue.
from Yaulino. So it'll be a Russian throw to the line-out after it went over the sideline untouched. Russia, of course, will be heading to that global repechage event at Monaco, 18th, 19th of June, up against Samoa, Tonga, Zimbabwe. Spain are there. Unfortunately, Portugal did not qualify out of Europe last summer, so they won't have a chance to reach Rio in that last qualifying event. And this is a good break for Russia here. Filatov into space. He's just brought down 10 meters out, and they go quickly. Mikhail Babayev over to Simplikavic, and good luck stopping Big Dennis from there.
Simplikavic in 20 metres of space out wide on the right, which he pretty much fills himself. He is a beast of a man. 19 tries in a team that have been languishing throughout the whole series. Says quite a lot. You wouldn't expect normally to see a man that size not in what we've just seen there, a line out. But he's got some pace. Lovely cut in the middle there. Aware where his support's coming from. Filatov takes the tackle, shifts the ball out. You don't need to give Dennis many opportunities to run the ball in. He's been doing it all weekend.
I'd back you on the tackle there, Rob Vickerman, every day. Conversion attempt from the sideline, and it's good for Russia. So they have hit back early in this second half.
I'm not so sure looking at him there. Ancient war, he'd have been sent into conquer villages. He's a beast. But it comes from the breakdown. Nice clear play, one simple pass, and this is where execution is so important.
So Russia have restarted play, but Adalberto Estevez is onto this. Estevez, can he play football?
Lost ball, yeah.
Well, I think he probably can, but Rusta's brought it back with the whistle for a scrum to the Russians. So it must have been a little knock on there.
Time off.
If it was perhaps a draw at the end of this game, what would be so interesting is seeing that man Estevez just go one-on-one with Simplikavic. Full pitch, they can just battle it out.
Well, Ollie Phillips is going to be racing the slider later on, over on the far side there, so maybe we can get Big Dennis and Estevez involved as well.
Okay, crouch.
Probably get a few people on Dennis's back.
Set.
Penalty decision at the scrum for Russia. They now lead the Shield semi-final, 12 points to 7. 4.5 minutes left on the clock. And that is kicked deep down into Portuguese territory, so yet another opportunity here for Russia to add to the scoreline.
Perhaps underrated, kicked a touch there, but he's basically put his team 10 metres away from the Portuguese try line, knowing full well all you have to do is ride a tackle, win a collision in the midfield, and you're more than likely going to be over the line. Really clever tactic, especially when you've got Big Dennis out wide.
Ramel Gayson feeds the line out, and that is safely brought down, and it goes into midfield to Filatov again. Filatov, who really has been one of the danger men for Russia in this match, comes to the near side. Gostyazev, bit of a goose step from Gostyazev there, but Portuguese defence holds strong. Another advantage to Russia, and they can't go quickly, but tap and go from Galinovsky. High tackle there was the reason for the penalty. And a long pass again out to Denis Simplikavic, and Denis Simplikavic will rack up 20 and brings it round near to the post just for good measure.
There's a rare smile from the man. 20 tries now, clocking him up. He's one of the few players from the Russian team this weekend that really could transform his style of play into any other team on the World 7 Series. And if anyone did miss it yesterday, worth seeing Sonny Bill's hit on him. It's amazing to see that he's still walking, yet alone managing to finish off the tries. But by him half a yard of pace, is in the corner. So hard to tackle, his huge legs.
Sub.
Yeah, good build-up work from Filatov once again, wasn't it? They saw the space out wide, Russia, and as you say, anywhere near the try line, one-on-one, it's game over. Here's the hit you were talking about from yesterday, Rob Vickerman, and that really did hurt Dennis, didn't it? But to his credit, as you say, dusted himself down, got up off his feet, and here he is on day 2 in London, scoring tries. Gayson brings it down for
You're the
Russia.
tackle
Another
assist, you
penalty
never went to
decision for
ground.
them.
You're the tackle assist.
Mounting now for
You're the
Portugal.
tackle assist, never went to
The
ground.
penalties. And what do you think,
Okay,
Rob
time
Vickerman?
off.
Do you think they'll go to the corner here again? It's
11.
worked for them so far.
Blue.
I think they will. They're going to bottom left, right foot
11
kicker,
blue.
put it in there, give Dennis a chance out wide. The really simple tactic, but again, often complicated sevens. Keep it simple.
Yeah, when
That's
you're
an
conceding
entry.
6 penalties
Tackle
to
assist.
0 in a game,
Time back on.
it's pretty hard to maintain possession. And they do go very long indeed, and that has it's about 7 or 8 metres out from the Portuguese try line. So win the line out here, and you've got to say Russia odds on again to add to their score. 19-7 they lead. Gayson with the kick and the throw to the line. Portugal, a lot of hands on hips out there, looking tired late at this London Sevens, and Russia have won the line out.
Rack.
Cleared away by Zivotov. Gayson. Could Dennis get on the end of this one again? No, I think he's sat down now, so he's not out there. Having a rest. But a chance here in the far corner for another try, and have they got another one, Russia?
Time off.
Let's have a listen to the referee and
Yeah, I'm coming to you now.
see if they've scored a 4th try here, Russia.
Okay. Did you see a clear grounding? Okay. We got RVR.
Referee video review is the call from Rasta Rasavengi, so we'll go the big screen and see if they got this one down.
Well, great camera work in the corner there, but you've got to say that's a
Thank you.
try. What a finish. Evaded
time
the
back
boot,
on.
still managed to get the ball down.
That's wonderful control there from Galinovsky in the corner. Under all sorts of pressure. There were boots involved. He had 2 or 3 tacklers on him, and wonderful finger control to put that one down. Another chance here for Gayson. He's done it already in this game, and he nails another conversion from the sideline. So top-class second half here from Russia. And they lead Portugal now 26 points to 7 in this Shield semi.
Yeah, often when we talk about Big Dennis out wide, he's such a pivotal player, but in Galinovsky, they've also got another big guy that's really top-heavy. He can power through tackles. He's a big man as well.
40 seconds to go in this Shield semi-final. Russia, as they have done most of this half, have possession, have the ball in hand. Working towards the Portuguese red zone. Play on, says the referee, but they'll go the short side, Russia. Babayev with lovely feet.
Advantage, high tackle.
Another high tackle, so a penalty coming Russia's way if they need it.
Advantage over.
But space over on the right-hand side. Galinovsky. He with the stop go and off the right foot. Just 5 seconds to go now in the Shield semi-final. And a little knock on there spotted by the referee, so Hooter goes for full time, but the whistle went just before it, so they will play this one out.
Okay, let's go, guys. Come, let's go.
Sometimes really difficult to be in this position. You know where you're playing. Obviously, Leao very experienced, but
Let's go.
you see such demotivated players at times towards the end of the game. They're getting hammered against a very impressive Russian outfit. It takes a lot of spirit now to showcase what you can do. You really do judge character in moments like this.
Set. Steady. Blue.
This is the final play for Portugal at the London Sevens.
Yeah, no, that's
Leal's
good.
out there, the captain. He's fed the
On your
scrum,
feet.
but another penalty
On your feet.
to Russia. They really have mounted up in this second half. It has really hurt the Portuguese, but on that occasion, they will survive as the ball goes forward. And that'll do it. Russia, 4 tries to 1 over Portugal. They are through to the Shield final, and they will face Kenya. They've beaten Portugal here by